Good morning, Dylan and Joe. Are we doing Three Musketeers this morning? Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope it's a happy Monday. Let me get my little chat thingy going here. All right. Is everybody sleeping in today? Is that it? That's all right. Good morning, Brianna. How are the darlings today? Good? You ready for this past lives thing? It'll be interesting. Thank you, darling. Dumpling is too kind. Good morning, Nadia. Not that we haven't already said that to each other, but good morning, good morning. Yep, Lee's over here. He has the day off for Martin Luther King Day. Good morning, Caroline. I know I hadn't messaged you back yet. Beautiful thumbnails, as always. Being sneaky with them pictures now, aren't you? Let's see how it is. It's gloomy. I'm sorry. Yeah, uh-oh, Nadia's here. Yeah, well, you know. Tolerate her. Good morning, Lisa. Did you mean to say that you can't wait to hear about your past life? Well, pick one. You're all going to zone in on one that you'd like to think about it, like what you really want to know, because good grief, we've got hundreds, if not thousands of them. Good morning, Sean. Do you have the day off, or are you in and out of work? I'm just shuffling your oracle cards. Funny, Nadia. You're sleepy? Go take a nap. Okay. Good morning, Cheryl. Deb's in here. Grand rising to you. All right. You had a very vivid dream. The Phoenician timeline where I demanded let me out. Apparently I was captive for a long time. Very possible, darling. If it's very vivid, it's probably trying to tell you something. Oh, gosh. Now dragging out Nadia's bike. All right. All right. So today we're going to start out by doing a couple of questions about this so-called Miss America pageant to see if there were any calms in it, because I'm pretty sure there are. We're going to do that, and then we're going to dig right into past lives. All right. Something tells me that these oracles have to do with our past life reading today. All right. So what I'm going to use this morning is our normal tarot, and I'll do a life spread, storybook, but I'm going to throw these in as well. Okay. And this kind of tells you may have been where you lived, what you did for a job. They're very specific. I will pull 3 and it usually tells me kind of sort of what you did. Now, if it's not, it doesn't resonate for what's on your brain and how you want spirit to tell you. That means you lose, spirit wins, and spirit tells you what you need to know. Okay. At the end of this, if you get a reading that was very traumatic, this is about healing, moving on, and forgiveness, not only for yourself, but for everybody that you had to deal with in that lifetime. That's the whole purpose, okay? Good morning, Dragonfly, Miss L. All right. Okay, so first things first, let's get these Miss America questions out of the way. So, I think the first one we want to ask are these clones. Okay? Because they just don't look real. Nadia, that would be great. If you could make me a list, that would be great. Deb, I promise, I'm not going to leave you until I get everybody done. I'll go as quickly as I can, but since I'm using 2 decks, you know Jen and her jaws. She don't know. Is it Miss Universe? I don't know. I didn't watch it. Oh, Miss Universe. That's right, because it goes by all the countries, not states. All right, Miss Universe. All right, so we want to know the contestants in Miss Universe if they're clones. Okay. Glad you know, Caroline. I don't know nothing. That's why I have you guys. All right. And if it turns out that they are, I've got another question because I want to know, just like we have Manchurian candidates for our politicians globally, I wonder if these are predetermined. Because something tells me that there are some comms. Interesting. Lots of female energy in here. Looks like it was in the past, but it's not currently. Okay. So we're asking for Miss Universe. This probably has to do with all pageants, but the world. So we're including everyone. Globally, all throughout Gaia. But the world also means firm foundation. All right. Now, we have the Knight of Swords. Yep, this was the intention. They were deliberately put in there. All right. The reason that I told you that it was done in the past is because the past card is a huge ace. Absolutely. I think maybe this was the first year that they didn't use a clone. Interesting. Current situation. People are wising up to this. Okay, there's your Hermit. All right, being very wise currently to see what's going on. Apparently, it's catching a lot of people's attention. All 3 of your bottom cards are very high feminine energy. Okay, it means use your intuition to figure out this was all fake. Like if you go back and watch one of these pageants from a while back or years ago, whatever, you're going to intuitively know this is messed up. Okay, lots of secrets, right? She's full of secrets. This is an emotional card with the Queen of Cups. All right, her emotions are she's trying to keep them in check because that's kind of feeling she's focused, but she's trying to keep her emotions from letting them run away with her. And of course, the Queen of Pentacles is her manifester, getting things done. So it looks like this year that they were real, probably for comms, but every time in the past, that huge Ace of Cups, which is also emotions. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, okay. So your base card is the Moon. Everything you've been seeing is all an illusion. It's not real. All right. Okay. Yeah. It's fun. Some people, I was busy. I didn't watch it, but Deb's throwing punches. What are you doing? Where are any misters included? I don't think have they ever had Mr. Universe. I have no idea. All right. Miss Charlotte, I haven't read it, but I did see that you sent me an email, and I'm pretty sure. Wonder why. My gut says it's because you would like me to read on you. Please ask me. Okay. Will you enjoy your back porch watching with your coffee? That's fine, sweetie. We can do in general. Beautiful view. Love the picture. All right. Okie dokie. So, yeah, well, there's women bodybuilding too. I think the only thing that they do with the men is those sexiest man alive thing in the magazines. I'm married to him, so I don't read that magazine. I married Magic Mike. Watch the collarbones. Males are horizontal, women are diagonal. You are correct, Dragonfly. Okay. So, I'm just going to ask really quick if the pageant was full of columns and we should be looking. I'm sure somebody in the community is out there picking it apart. Well, all right. Now he sent me something. Yep, lots of secrets. Okay. The full card. So don't be fooled. Pay attention. All right. Step out and push yourself forward to make sure that you're watching the right thing. Okay. Interesting. Because directly across from it is the thief. Basically, I think the comms are telling you it's been stolen all these years, and this year they did it a little bit differently. In the past, a lot of people were heartbroken, disappointed because of the way it went. That's because it was rigged. So this year, currently, right now, is the strategy card. They strategically put comms in there to try to wake you up. Okay. Future card. That means if they continue to do this in the future, they're going to truly care about people and the people doing it. Okay. Queen of Wands is full of passion and she cares about humanity. All right. So your advice, the Empress, be very strong in your feminine knowledge. All right. So in the future advice, just know who you are. You don't need a competition to tell you you're beautiful because you are. And in the future, rest at ease, making sure that it's going to be truthful with the swords and all the secrets will be revealed. Okay. So yes, there are comms. Just pay attention to them. Base card, King of Cups. Yeah. Because boundaries are going to have to be set from here on out of how things are run and who's running it. Does that make sense? All right. We'll get into your past lives. Nadia, what'd you send me? Thank you, darling. All right. Yep. Let's don't let me forget. Charlotte wants one. She emailed me because she's not in the chat, but she's listening. And I don't know if Renee is going to join us, but if she does, we'll add her as well. Okay. All right. Brianna, that's an old one, but it's a goodie. That's a classic. Good joke. No competition. I don't think they should either. I don't think you should have any competitions of judging people because that just teaches y'all that you have to be this or that and wish in one hand and shit in the other that you're somebody else, and that's bullcrap. Y'all in there cracking your jokes. All right. So Nadia sent me a list based on everybody that came into the chat. That's the fairest way to do it. And we're going to start with Dumpling. And Joe, I did not forget about your question. So while we're on Dumpling, if you would like, Joe had asked the other day if I could pull cards on Sugar to see if she had, if those two had a Celtic past together. It just resonates with Joe, and we'll take a look. All right. So Sugar, are you ready, darling? All right. Good morning, Victoria. Oh, Lexington lady made it. All right. Good morning, Dan. How are you, honey? With this Biden secret docs being found, is this deep state taking him down, or is it Q handling the swamp? I think it's Q. Let's go ahead and ask that before we do our past lives. I promise. Did Michael make it in? Chat's going a little fast. Hold on. Did Michael? He danced his way in here secret. Oh, maybe he's invisible to me. Celtic with no kilt. I gotcha. All right, Dan, let's take a look real quick. Biden secret docs. There's Effer. Y'all say good morning. Okay. All right. Secret documents. Let's just say good guys doing it, bad guys doing it. Because we've heard that the bad guys don't want him running in 2024. Guys, this is already planned out. I think it's the good guys. I think it's the alliance. So. Michael's singing and dancing. All right, Dan, let's look real quick. Deep state are the good guys taking out Biden. We know he's going to be taken out. And I'm pretty sure. Okay. Pretty sure he'll be impeached. We'll see. Okie dokie. Wow. Okay. All right. So, Dan, it's the good guys. All right. Mr. T hasn't come up yet. I can pull confirmation just to see. Already been done. There's my alliance card. Okay. I have multiple alliance cards. So this is what we're doing. They have set it up. Remember, King of Cups, when he's not setting boundaries, he's going to get what he wants when he wants it. He's emotionally determined to do it, okay? This is good masculine and feminine because we have the Queen of Wands. Now, remember, I told you she loves the people. So this is for the people, and they're going to have to emotionally watch this. Wands are hearts and desires for the people to see it. So the alliance wants them to see it. So in the past, firm foundation. They already know the whole world is going to see this. This is already determined. It's scripted. Does that make sense? Currently, yes, the truth is coming out with the corruption. Ace of Swords. Huge yes for the alliance because it's between two beautiful cards. These are the good guys. Very scripted with truth because you're going to see it. The future, Queen of Cups. Focus and keep your emotions in check. Do not let what you're going to see and hear. This is more advice for the people that aren't awake yet, but keep your emotions in check. Don't push it. We already know what's been going on, or at least a good hunk of it. Keep your emotions in check. All right? Be patient. I know that's easier said than done. All right. So your future advice of what you need to be working on right now, remember, this is balancing the timing, getting the time right. They have to figure out how to do this properly. I don't have any baby pages, so maybe they've taken that off the table and they're not worried about it. Another ace for the good guys. This is the gift of manifestation for everyone. It's a gift from the universe. It's going to happen. Your confirmation is it's already done and wrapped up. He was gone a long time ago. You're watching the movie. I know you get sick of hearing that. Spirit's just telling you. Here's your alliance leader card, King of Swords. The alliance is in full charge. These are good cards. I don't have Deep State Hierophant, and I do not have the Devil. There's nothing bad about these cards. Good guys are doing it. We need to keep focusing and manifesting that this is coming out, okay? Just keep your vibrations high, guys, for whatever you see and hear, all right? So, Dan, the good guys are doing it. I hope that helps, darling. All right. Are we ready? This Pat just popped in and had to go. All right. Well, we love you, Pat. All right. All righty. All right. Let's get back to what we were doing. All right. So, ready? We're going to do past lives. And if I get everybody done and we're still in here, if anybody has any global questions, we'll go back to them. But let's get started with what we came in here to do, okay? You're very welcome, Dan. All right. All right, so sugar, honey. Let's do, I'm going to pull these first. And these are past life oracles. You get 3 of them, and I'll explain them after I pull tarot to make sure that the storyline, I can read both of them, and I have to connect the 2, okay? All right. Sugar. Oh, dumpling. Which one is Spirit wanting to tell you about? Well, you already got one that, I got 2 that flew out. Okay, fine. All right. Wow. Dumpling, this one's a good one. Now let's see what tarot says to tell the story to back it up, and then I'll show you all the cards, okay? All right. Miss Cheryl. Whose channel? Lexington Lady, Miss Mary. Mr. T said Congress should release J6 prisoners. Will they do it? I don't even think they're in there, but that's just my opinion. You hold that thought, Mary, and I'll pull questions when we get done with our, excuse me, with our past lives, okay? Right. So Dumpling's past life. We're going to do storybook. Aren't you precious? All right. You ready? Just remember that your base card is the Ace of Cups. You're very powerful in this reading. Dumpling, this one's a positive. A little bit of negative of something you had to deal with, but with what you did, pretty sure I can tell you why. All right. So transportation, you moved around a lot. Okay. You were traveling all the time. You want to know why? Excuse me. Trust and faith, and it goes with angels. So what Spirit is telling me is that you were a missionary or you were an evangelist and you walked around the world, whatever spirit you did. I use that term very loosely. So you just traveled to talk about God and Creator Source. Okay. Now, so you're trying to spread faith. All right. So your tarot to go along with that is backing it up. It says you moved around a lot. 6 of Swords, moving on troubled waters. You traveled. Page of Swords. You started very, very young doing this to spread the truth because that's a sword. All right. Looks like you did some charity work because that's a gift from the universe. You were very talented at what you did, but you went around to do charity for people. This is good. Put a lot of work in just to see if you would make an impact on people's lives in the community. All right. You did the work. You wait for the harvest, right? All right. Stopping to take a break. Apparently you were revealing some secrets as well. But this can also be a gift. So you had a gift and you brought it to people. Queen of Swords, bringing forth justice and truth. Okay. Gift to the people. You're very high and mighty, Miss Thing. You're very good and strong about this. Very good in strength in your faith and what you stood for. Here's where it gets a little hairy. Somebody took this from you. All right. And told you couldn't do it anymore. All right. So here's where our forgiveness comes in. But you stood your ground because you were very passionate and you had a lot of desire to do this. Remember, she loves the people. She did it. So apparently it ends with you were waiting for justice and still are waiting for justice. So let's release that energy. If you went around and were spreading good news about your faith to the people because you love the people and somebody tried to take it, forgive them for doing that. All right? I know that's not what you thought it would be. Dumpling, but hey, it's beautiful until the theft part comes in. That kind of stinks, but all right. All right. Real quick, while I've got Dumpling's energy in the cards, I'm going to do that question that Joe wanted to know about their possible Celtic life. No kill, right? Okay. So let's do that really quick. And then we will move on to Miss Joe. All right. I agree, Sean. Isn't that beautiful? It is beautiful. You're welcome, honey. All right, so we're going to do the Celtic between her and Joe. Hopefully they weren't fighting over a man or a woman. Maybe they was married. Oh. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what Oracle says. Well, la-ti-da. Aren't we pretty impartial? You know, I shuffle these cards a million times. Spirit is on par this morning. Not that they're not always. Oh, by the way, I wore this shirt today because this shirt reminds me of what I do when I talk to Spirit, especially Wings. Just says, talk to me, goose. From Maverick, Top Gun. It's like, talk to me, goose. I told that to Wings and he laughed and he said, well, I do have feathers. So Spirit is talking very strong this morning. All right, Joe, you and Sugar. This is where tarot brings you two together. Oracles confirm, but the story comes out in tarot. All right, so Joe and Dumpling, what was their life? Hopefully you're nice to each other. I love this shirt too, Deb. I love the movies as well. I don't have to like the actors, you know what I mean? But I like the movies. I always wanted to fly planes, but I couldn't. I had bad eyes. Oh, Lord, let's not start this out. All right. I got to figure out who's who here. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Let me study. I have to pick them apart. I have to figure out who's who. I know who it is. Joe, honey, I think you are a protector almost in every life that you've been in. This is beautiful. All right, let me show you your oracles first. So past life oracles, you get 3. Your first one is forgiveness. So this is apparently Spirit. Both of you are going to have to do this. Okay? All right? You have an Atlantean card. So not only were you together in Atlantis, you know what Spirit said with this one? Someday I'll get another camera and you guys will be able to see that I'm not rigging these cards. Look at your third one. This is the life that Spirit wants us to look at. Celtic. It came up, literally. Isn't that beautiful? All right. So It is here, and it is true. Joe, your intuition is correct. But Miss Dumpling went through some stuff, and it made Joe very mad. Okay, so we have some deep state stuff going on, okay? So brace yourself, all right? Don't let it anger you. We're just accepting it, and we're going to do that forgiveness because the Oracle said, all right? First card that pulled up with tarot was the devil. Very, very bad, evil stuff. This is Dumpling, a young child, okay? The leader of this cult, whatever that was, you guys, well, Dumpling was taken to, had no boundaries because that's your King of Cups. He didn't give a crap. He just was worried about power. Does that make sense? All right. So this guy takes Dumpling, okay? Joe's looking for her, all right? Looking into the horizon. Where is this child? Joe begins to fight to stand her ground, all right? Apparently you found who did it. You ready for this? This is who did it. Deep State Church, Celtic Church, all right? Joe worked and worked and worked. Joe had a plan. Y'all don't mess with Joe. She armored up. You ready? She hung him and got judgment. Mm-hmm. Confirmation, these are well aspected. Dumpling was still in prison. Joe made a wish, pushed her boundaries. That's over an indulgence and making a wish and like, I really want this. I'm going to go get it. All right. And in the end, rescued her. That's a celebratory card for the community. So, all right. But isn't that cool how the Celtic card did come up? Spirit was confirming your gut, Joe. So, what do you think about that? I don't know if that resonates with you and what you were expecting to hear, Joe, but all right. Just remember, we want Joe on our side. Well, Deb, you know, from cliff to gallows, I told y'all the other day, never underestimate Joe's creativity. Good morning, Jay. How are you, precious? I sure have missed you. Welcome to our crazy world, honey. All right. Jay's very patient. Most of you know who Jay is. All right. So, all right. Yeah, we're doing past lives today. We're just taking a look to see which life, because we've had many. We're not dwelling on it. We're just trying to look to see if we can heal from maybe some trauma that we may be still carrying around, because it's about healing and forgiveness and knowing who we are and that we don't need that negativity. People are always just curious. So that's what we're doing today. All right. Well, Joe, you're correct. You know, the enemy never wants you to trust your intuition, but I'm telling you, your intuition is who you are. You got to know who you are, because you are the light. You are love. All right? All right. Yes, Dragonfly. Good advice, honey. All right. All right. Yep. Yes, y'all welcome and love on Jay. Like I said, a lot of you know him, but if you do not, Jay Rocco is a beautiful, beautiful soul. He's our brother. We love him. He has a great view on life and just loves, and he knows who he is. He has beautiful talents. And so we're going to love on him. Welcome, Jay. All right. Nadia, I thought I saw her, and then I probably saw her name. Somebody said her name, but I don't know if she's here. She may be listening in the background. So, Victoria, if you're here or watch the replay, hello, darling. All right. So we're moving on to Joe. Joe's personal without dumpling, and then we'll go on from there. All right. We're going as fast as I can. Nadia, by the way, my hands are gaining strength by the hour. Getting better. There for a few days. I was starting to think, I said, is this spiritual? Which I found out it was. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting carpal tunnel because all I do is flip cards all day long. Could be. All right, you had one spit out, Joe. Well, that card is interesting. All right. All right, Joe, I got your oracles. Let's pull your tarot. Joe does lots of stuff. Yeah, and anybody new coming in, if you're not used to our crazy family, we tell corny jokes. We pick on each other. If you hear us saying something negative and picking and sarcasm, it's all sarcasm. It's all done out of love. We love each other. You'll hear me throw myself under the bus, but it's all funny. And I know who I am, and I love myself because I'm special. All right? Yeah. We just use our sense of humor. It's how we deal with things, and we don't get stressed out. We come here to love on each other and make each other laugh because we're keeping that vibration and frequency high. So if we throw you under the bus, it's because we love you. Yeah, Jay, I'm sure you do, sweetheart. All right, good. As long as it's good energy. We don't put up with the nasties. Hi, Victoria. You're here. She's making coffee. All right. She's got to get her rear in gear. All right. Miss Joe, what were you up to in this life, child, or this past life? Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got a Bonnie and Clyde situation going on here. Hang on. I got to read. I got to put it together. Uh-oh. All right, Joe. So in this situation, you're Clyde and you were married to Bonnie, okay? You ready for this? All right. Very emotional people. You're going to be one of these kind of like Robin Hood kind of things, all right? So the Ace of Cups, very high strung with emotions with your partner, okay? Beautiful. It's beautiful. But you was thieves. I'm sorry. You were thieves. It's kind of like robbing to give to the poor. You guys had a great contract with each other. It can be a twin flame as well. So you guys partnered up and said, it sounds like a good idea. All right. You stood your ground. You fought a lot to do this. I'm not condoning stealing, but it's kind of funny until it's not funny. Very careful, Knight of Cups, being very diligent about how you move forward with your emotions because you try not to run away with yourselves. Like, this is a tiptoey kind of situation, all right? You couldn't show your hand, basically, your poker hand. Apparently, you decided to end it all because you were tired and worn out and it was too much of a burden, and it's a 10. You wanted to wrap it up. I'm done with this. I don't have the heart and desire because that's a wand. I don't want to do it anymore. I need to balance out my time a little bit better. I'll just save the money I stole and just live off that kind of thing. All right, Joe? All right. But, honey, you and apparently she didn't agree with you, sweetheart. So you split ways because you became a hermit. And you just said, a recluse, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I guess your heart got the best of you. I'm going to show your oracles. I know you're waiting. Queen of Wands. She thought she had a heart and desire to, she thought she was doing the right thing for the people. It's like I said, it's kind of a Robin Hood thing. But in the end, she got like arrested and held captive. Your oracles for this, I want you to understand. All right, so mother card. So she was the motherly type. She cared about the people. This is having and so did you. You had a mother's heart. You had a feminine, nurturing, wanted to help. There's where the Robin Hood stuff comes in, okay? All right. You thought you were doing good because the angels, like you thought, this is good. You know, the angels, God would want me to do this. I'm going to help the people, right? But because you kept making these decisions and partnerships with the wrong people, this is a karmic relationship. So you dealt with this multiple times through different lifetimes, okay? It's like you couldn't get a relationship to stick because of the choices that you both made together, okay? Just didn't find the right partner. It didn't work out the way you wanted it to, okay? All right? Beautiful cards. Your base card on this is the Six of Cups, and that's humanitarian. So there's your Robin Hood. You wanted to gift people, you know, what they couldn't get on their own or what was stolen from them. You see what I'm saying? So, Joe, sweetheart, I'm sorry about your relationship, but you got a great heart. That shows you how big Joe's heart is. All right. She says, oh, hellfire. Uh-oh. No. Well, as according to Oracle, you felt that you had the angels on your side. You were doing an angelic thing. Honey, your soul is precious. I told you. You got to love Joe. You are worthy of everything. I love it. But forgive yourself. Remember, Joe is special. Joe is loved. I lost Nadia's list here. There it is. Brianna, you are next, darling. All right. Let's see what Brianna's been up to. I love it. Was she Captain Jack Sparrow? Possibility. I love doing these. I don't mind doing them every couple of weeks because we get a new one every time. My goodness, we've had so many. All right. You're right, Dumpling. All right. And Sean says, at least it wasn't old deer. No, it was beautiful. Michael saying hi.
Hi, Michael.
I'm surprised he didn't say sup. All right. Brianna, what were you doing, darling? Were you goody two-shoes or were you troublemaker? Here's Joe playing Trump this time. What?
What are we talking about?
We're doing past lives today
Oh,
because we're throwing in the oracles today. You know, there's two sides, two types of angels. He said he was an angel. Rotten to the core.
That's probably what.
Interesting. Brianna, wow, two of these cards we've already seen. Please tell me you wasn't afraid to love. All right, let's see what tarot says. Joe's got her stick out. Yeah, he's doing her stick. Jalapeno on the stick. It's Jeff Dunham.
Or sheep stick.
Cheap stick. Yeah, bad cheap. Don't let it. Whatever you hear today, don't let it put you in a bad mood. I went there.
That. Oh. That.
Brianna, you want me to hold on? She got a phone call. All right. I'll pull. She may just have to watch the replay because I've already pulled her oracles and I have to put them back in the deck. Off now. Okay. All right. Your cards are spitting out. All right. What we got here? Oh, boy. Interesting. Aw, love your heart. Ooh, this looks better. Interesting. Okay. All right. So remember to do your oracles here. This is interesting because the first one that came up, you also got transportation, which means that you just moved around a lot. Okay. You were on the move. Now, tarot tells me why you were on the move, but you were terrified. Absolutely lots of phobias. You had a lot of fear in your life. You were scared. What were you scared of? Relationships. You too. Like, I don't want to love nobody. Well, here's why. Because tarot tells you in this lifetime, you were very, very young and shocked when you found out something happened to somebody you loved, okay? You just had to surrender the fact that, it's a loss. So you walked away to start a new beginning, holding on to everything you had precious to you left. Obviously, it wasn't a partner, but you felt left out, lonely, in the cold because you were scared to death to go look for somebody else. But it didn't work because you found love. Because here's the Lover's card. Beautiful. And you found a beautiful man of integrity. He's a family man. That's your King of Pentacles. He's a good, good man. Apparently, he had a lot of power. But you stood your ground, what you're going to put up with and what you ain't going to do. All right. Still brought you some anxiety with that phobia card, with the fear card. You still had some anxiety, but you overcame it and you turned it around. This is giving and receiving. So you learned to love again. So apparently you had some issues with loving relationships because something would happen. In this one, something happened to your loved one. But you found love again. So Miss Brianna, there you go. All right. All right. You want to know about your past lives, but I'm currently calling out the Luciferian Illuminati on social media. Do I need to be concerned? My dog has been barking at nothing for a month. No, dogs are very intuitive. Animals are in general. Dan, when I get to you, sweetie, I will. Okay? I promise. All right. So, Brianna, don't be afraid of relationships. Don't be afraid to love again. Okay? All right. It's okay, Brianna. That's all right. Yeah, it just said you had a lot of phobias and fear. You had to move away because you lost a loved one, honey. Got to let that energy go. If you feel that in this lifetime, let it go. We don't drain our energy that way. We forgive, we love, we move on. Know who you are and that you're worth loving. Okay, who we got now? Oh gosh, this troublemaker. Everybody brace yourself. It's Nadia's turn. Let's see what she was up to. All right, Miss Nadia. Anybody want to take a guess? Probably a stand-up comedian. Traveling clown show. Ha ha ha. Nadia was in the circus. I would laugh if there's a circus card in here that popped up. It's not a. Y'all brace yourselves. Buckle up. Thank you, Dumpling. I try my best, darling. It's very important to me. Brianna's talking about sociopaths. I told you all my chat room was crazy. You're a sit-down comedian. You do all your work standing up. I'm seeing you in action. Wicked witch on a bicycle. Oh my gosh. She was that wicked witch in The Wizard of Oz, wasn't she? Joe, it all makes sense now. She was the village witch on the bicycle. Yep, that was Nadia. It all comes together now. Don't throw water on her. She'll start screaming, I'm melting. You know, there's a lot of truth to that movie, guys. Wizard of Oz. They got some things backwards, though. Well, oh, la-ti-da. Your oracles are beautiful. Let's see what tarot says with this story. The broom wasn't fast enough. She's going to advance to an electric bike. Maybe a motorcycle. Just wear your helmet. Dan, I heard about that. Lily got her a mug. That's funny. Yep. I thought these oracles might lead us to the circus, Victoria, but they look pretty good. Now, let's see what tarot says. It's Nadia's life. All right. Beautiful oracle. Let's see if the beauty transposes into the tarot cards. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, Okay. Nadia. Okay, well, I thought she was gonna be nice, but nope, the witch came out. All right. Stealing your sister's husband. All right. Yeah, I said it. All right. So you had a heart and desire to be a mother. You're very loving. Very, very loving. Here's your stand-up comedian card. The arts. You're really good at it. Whatever it was in the arts. Could have been music. Could have been art itself. Stand-up comedian. And your love life was everything to you. All right, princess. You want to hear your story? It was so important. You took somebody else's man. Man, how many lives have we done with you doing that? Wait a minute. I just read Sean said stripper. I knew it. Oh, my. All right. All righty. You ready? So you went out one day you're going to start a new beginning. You're going to leave your past behind you. Okay? Now, you had the love life card in your oracle, okay? Because you need to find you a man. You need to find you a lover, partnership. All right. You ready? You stood up and held your ground against your sister. That's a sibling card. Okay? You sent her away, like locked her up, sent her away, revealing her secrets. Apparently, she did something. She gave up. That's a surrender. You got to celebrate with the gift of her husband. Knight of Swords. You were a go-getter. You went to get him. So he's mine. And this is funny because it ends with the Fool. That means you took a leap of faith and says, nope, you was going to be a mama and you was going to get a man, and you went in and knew your sister had secrets, and so you told him and got rid of her, and you took him. You took a leap of faith and you got what you wanted. Wow. Y'all lock your husbands up. Naughty is on the prowl. All right. Miss Nadia, you and taking people's men. Fighting over a man. Oh, wow. That base card was the Tower. Yeah. You totally crashed somebody else's world so you could get what you want. All right. Miss Sassafine. I see how she is. Y'all don't trust her. I'm telling you. All right. Miss Caroline, you are next, darling. Are you ready? She's tenacious today. My goodness. Are you sticking around, Jay, or you got to take wifey to work? Dan's trying to figure out which brother-in-law she stole. I see how it is. Dan, are you really sure that you want to know that answer? All right. Miss Caroline, let's see what life pops up for you. She's like, nope, not you. Mm-mm. Wow. Dan, is she in denial? I'll see how it is. Well, we haven't gotten to you, Dan, yet. So if yours is identical and it turns out that Nadia did take you, nope, I won't be saging for a week. I'll never live that down. It's not my fault. It's what Goose said, okay? All right, Miss Caroline. What you been up to? Well, bless your heart. Uh-oh. Precious baby. All right. Nadia needs a commercial break. She paid for the airtime. She's like, mm-mm, we're not doing this. Wow. All right, Miss Caroline, tell me this story. What do I need to know? Interesting, so far, this is the one that goes furthest back that we've pulled. Beautiful. All righty. Makes sense. Wow. I wonder if you were Esther from the Bible. Interesting. Interesting. I'll tell you why I say this. Or knew of Esther during the Bible time. Okay. So your first card is during the biblical, like way back Old Testament, okay? Way back. Okay. It's fascinating. Now, if you don't know the story of Esther, I'm not going to tell it to you, but you can go look it up because we don't have, 8 hours. You have the orphan card. Okay. So I'm trying to make the connection with the cards that you are an orphan that was taken in. Went to the king. Because Esther wasn't an orphan. She was with her father. Anyway, this was about finances, searching out security and finances. Well, let the spirit talks to me as I pick up the cards. Yeah, going off to see the king. Knock my cards over. To see the king. This is what Esther's registering with me. All right. Waiting for something to happen. Like waiting for the message. Remember how Esther, do you know the story of Esther waiting to be chosen? All right. Jay's going to go get some coffee. All right. Feeling trapped. Totally feeling trapped. Not quite sure what to do. And remember, Esther and the Israelites at the time, they had the Jewish community felt very trapped. Were always worried about the new king enslaving them. Okay. All right. But happy in abundance, she got the finance wish because remember, you have a finance card. All right, with the 10. It wrapped up. You were secure. This is an abundance gift. But you still had anxiety until the decision was made about how you were going to live the rest of your life. You're with the king. That's why I keep getting, you worked really, really hard with the king. Okay, that's the King of Cups. Going and getting what you really, really want. Letting him know this is what I really, really want. And you got it quickly. All right. Help came. That's very, very fast. These are too fast, very fast paced. Like decisions were made, thoughts, words. Okay. Militarily. And the whole thing changed the world. That's why I keep getting the Esther card. Now, the one that's throwing me off is the orphan card. If you were the orphan, you were under the care of Esther and the king. If that makes any sense. I would have to pull a whole reading to get further into that. So put this in the back of your brain and maybe we'll go into it a little bit more, Caroline. So I don't know if that resonates. Yeah. Maybe we'll go into it further and see what Spirit has to say, because that's just one of those that would take all day. Right now we're just doing the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So that's crazy. Cards lining up like that. But it regardless of whether you were Esther herself or an orphan that was under the care of Esther, like one of the children of the kingdom, it was still during the biblical times. And with that layout, this your higher self says Esther. And I went, what? Yeah. Amazing. And because I know you have a heart of gold now and how you want to help children and the people, of course, we all do. And your beautiful gifts, I don't question spirit. Yeah. All right. Who's next? Miss Lisa? Miss Lisa, are you still in here, honey? Dragonfly, it is beautiful. Yep. Absolutely beautiful. You're welcome, precious. Yeah. Biblical times. I mean, I don't think the Bible's over. There's so much about it that we don't know, and it's hidden from us. All we need to know is that we're right with our Creator. That's all you need to know. So when people say that's all biblical times, you have to stop and correct yourself and say, actually, we're still in the biblical times. You know. You're available after 1:45. I know, Jay, I do want to call you. I just want to make sure that my schedule is cleared because I don't want to rush you. And I don't need 3 little monkeys climbing all over me, the little petri dishes. All right, Miss Lisa, she's here. Yeah. But Jay, I have missed your, I don't really go into chat rooms anymore. I do Jean-Claude, of course. I still love him. And okay, thank you, Jay. And hubby's, he's off today, so I want to spend some time with him. So I may call you tomorrow afternoon. So we'll figure something out. But I'm anxious to talk to you. I've missed you because you always just had a beautiful light soul, and I love talking to you in the chat rooms. Okay. Oh gosh, Michael and his Instapot. Don't make me send you tutorials. I'll send you videos, Michael.
What?
It's an inside joke.
Oh.
Instapot is the initials for truth, someone in the truther community. Watch me bat my eyes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We don't talk bad about anybody. We love on them. Whether we don't resonate with them, whatever, that's fine. Miss Lisa, don't worry. I can do tarot at the same time. I just can't keep up with y'all crazy things. Well, Lottie's all, Miss Thing. All right. Miss Lisa. I will not be surprised if I pull a lot of night cards in this military. Yeah, Michael, you're slacking. I haven't got any more videos. I'm done watching everything you sent. Come on, let's go. I studied and rested all weekend. I did all my homework. And put up with Nadia. And loved on Joe. Okay. All right. Miss Lisa's past life. Very, very interesting. I love how the Oracle gives us a good base, and then we can pull more from it. More coming. Okay, I know you're going to keep me busy. You're going to send me so many, I ain't going to keep up with them. But the Akura from Naughty Beaver, that was very good. Yep. Uh-oh. 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 Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Doesn't look like... Okay. All right, so here's your Oracle. Lessons and blessings. Learning lessons and receiving blessings. All right. You also got the finance card. All right. This tells me what your job was, knighthood. So we're looking at like Renaissance period. Okay. All right. Very interesting. You were a knight. You were a warrior. Now here's where we get to figure out if you were a good warrior or a bad warrior. And now that we're learning about this deep state stuff, yeah. I'm not getting that it was good. Okay. So, starting over, starting a new beginning. All right. So, apparently, when you were a child, there's your baby Paige, you're manifesting, I need some money. How can I do this? You witnessed, like in your village with your people, a beautiful victory that the knights, the army had had. And you said, okay, I'm wrapping things up here. I'm tired. I'm tired of carrying this burden. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm moving forward. She wants a new or he wants it because you were a male then. He wanted a new beginning. What he didn't realize that you're making a deal with the devil. Okay. I don't think this was a good army at all. All right. So you go to the higher authority. Queen of Swords is going to somebody that's in an authoritative truth and justice. Well, if you're going to become a knight, you have to have the sword to be knighted, right? Okay. And she says, come forward. All right. Well, in order to, because you took on this role, there's your gift of the treasure chest. That is your abundance. So you have paid a lot of money. There's your finance card and where it came in. You got knighted, you got paid, you became the Knight of Swords. Very active, fast moving. But apparently, lesson learned in that lifetime, lessons and blessings. So your blessings were answered because you were able to provide for yourself. But the lessons you learned is your dad doing what you did. Okay. All right. But you did what you loved because you took the leap of faith to start over again. So don't ever feel bad about it. All right. So, Miss Lisa, you were a knight. You got money. You got knighted. You didn't work for a good army, but it didn't really go into a detail of like if you did bad, nefarious things to people. It just means you fought in a lot of battles. And that's as far as Spirit has let me go with that one. Okay. Yeah. So it was bad. The base card was the Hierophant. Yeah. Working for the church, working for the monarchy. Okay. So, Miss Lisa, you were swinging a sword at some point, darling. All right. Sean, darling. All righty. All right. Nadia, I should probably update this list. So, Sean. Then there's Cheryl, Deb, Dragonfly, L. If Jay wants one, I still need to do, if Michael wants one, Charlotte. Okay. Oh, dear. Sean, you better sit down, honey. Victoria hasn't had one. Yep. It's probably why, Lisa. All right. Yeah. We have a Michael in the chat, and then this is my Michael. It's my youngest son. All right. He's getting a kitty. All right, Lisa. Yeah, that was yours, and it's probably why you have a heart and desire to support the military, because even back in Renaissance, you were the military. All right. Sean's bracing himself. All right. You all fought for your angel numbers. Who got it first today? Oh, Joe said Nadia's husband hunting. Okay. You're welcome, precious. All right. Y'all keep talking. I'm going to brace myself for what Sean was up to, which life was going to come into this one. Let's see if he was troublemaker. Sean, what's the update on the kitties? Doing better? All right. He's on the new list. He better not be the husband. Not his. She'll lose her marbles. Wow. I see. Interesting. All right. Interesting. Well, Sean, it's wanting to pull two. It's wanting to pull two. Very interesting. So let's see what they say. Sort of better. It takes time, honey. All right. It's wanting to give me two. It says I was going to split the two and just pick one, and they said no, they're together. Okay. All right. Got one that didn't want to be in there. Wow. Okay. Beautiful gift. Interesting. Well, Sean? This is crazy. Now I know why. Now I know why it said leave them all in there. Okie dokie. All right. So, Sean, your oracles are taking vows. Okay? Making promises, taking vows. Just because it shows a female doesn't mean that you were female. That's not what that means. All right? So it looks like, because I'm getting masculine in this, so you were still male in this lifetime, and you were a medicine man. All right? Beautiful. But it gave me two jobs, because I also have monk and nun. Now, all these are tied into taking vows. And then I didn't understand it. I'm like, well, which one is it? And they said it's both, because the story will tell the story. You were a medicine man who married a nun. Now, I know this sounds weird, but the cards explain it. Sean, y'all never cease to amaze me, I'm telling you. Okay. Honey, would you warm that up, or
Yes, I will.
a fresh cup or something?
I'll give you a fresh cup.
Okay, because if you don't, you can go smudge yourself.
No.
I'm using my cup today. All right, Sean, you ready? Weird. Well, I didn't live back then, so I don't know. Okay, so helping to change the world. All right, you're helping contribute something to the world. Great foundation, firm beliefs, you're fine. But you're a hermit. You were doing this thing. So if you were a medicine man, it was in some tribes or some situations, they did travel, they stayed by themselves. And if someone needed a medicine man or a woman, they went to them, buried somewhere in the woods or in a cave. You know what I mean? Lots of different situations. Okay. So you just sat around waiting, okay, for people to come to you. And this is an emotional thing in the world, to bring you something. Focusing on what you have, but daydreaming about what you want. Apparently that was a woman. Gotcha. Your higher self just told me what it was. Medicine man marrying a nun. Apparently, it was common, and there is history stories of how the Catholic Church stepped in to take Indian children off the reservation. Apparently, Mr. Medicine Man fell in love with one of the nuns that was taking care of children. Isn't that a crazy, crazy story? I get it. But Spirit tells me when I need to know it. They go slow because of Jen's brain. All right. So apparently, you're going to keep this a secret. So you meet her. All right. So you keep it a secret that you've met her. And you go and get married. Okay. You took vows. All right. This is beautiful. All right. And together you wanted to present a gift. You considered each other a gift to each other. So this is a beautiful love story. But you're always careful. The Two of Wands is being passionate, having desire, but be very careful because you have one foot in and one foot out. Like, you got secrets. You really want anybody to know this? Wow. It took its toll on you, though. It would, because you knew that it would cause intermingling and inner fighting. Because if a medicine man marries, I'll just say it, a white nun, because that's what I'm getting, because I'm picturing it in my head, what Spirit is telling me, the two tribes at that time, that was unheard of. You just don't do that. Because most of these tribes did not like the Catholic Church interfering, and I don't blame them. All right. The Queen of Cups. That's all right. Your wife was full of emotions. That's Cups. And she focused on just loving you through the whole thing. And you were fine. But you carried a lot of burden keeping this secret. And I got to pull confirmation because I want to know if you kept the secret because it just ends. Yep. You held that secret till the day you died. So you two just became hermits together. Well, Sean, medicine man, she ain't none no more. Just telling you. Isn't that crazy? I wasn't quite sure, and they said, remember your history. And I went, oh, yeah, the Catholic Church did come onto the reservations all the time. Well, Sean, you charm her, honey. You won the heart of a nun. But it wasn't bad. I guess it was just the secrets and stuff. But you took vows to her. You pledged yourself, and she pledged herself. And that's a beautiful love story. No, Joe, ain't nobody swiping left. What are you talking about? So anyway, gorgeous. So there you go, Sean. That was one of your lives. Crazy, crazy. All right. Nadia sent me an updated list, I think. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're moving to Cheryl, then Deb, then Dragonfly, then Elle, then Victoria, Dan, Charlotte, and then if Jay wants one too. Okay, so Cheryl, your turn. You ready? I'll give you a second. You want to brace yourself? Oh, gosh. Pretty sure Sean didn't swipe left. He swiped a nun. That's what he did. Yes, we do have birthdays this week. I know Leela's birthday is Wednesday. Can you ask if you're Egyptian? I can. What I'll do is I'll ask the Oracle. Tara will back it up if we get the Chariot card because there is Egyptian cards in here. And if they come up, they come up. If Spirit says that's not what I want to talk about today, then we just don't talk about it. But just like Joe's question about sugar and being Celtic, it came up. It says, sure, I'll answer that. So if you feel that you were part of the Egyptian time period, whenever that was, then maybe the pyramid card will show up. Pretty sure that's what it is. All right. So Miss Cheryl, Egyptian. And like I said, if it doesn't want to, we'll read it the way it is. It's just the way Jen does it, you know. All right. Well, Cheryl, it was the first card that came up. It said, yes, ma'am, I'd be happy to answer that for you. All right. Yeah. I don't know, Michael. That's a good question. Have you heard from Mr. Trumptastic? He hasn't been on. I haven't seen him in months, Michael. I have no idea.
No, I haven't heard from.
Not a clue. Good question. I don't know. I mean, I'm very, very picky. I kind of just watch the spiritual stuff now, but of course, for the show, I watch headlines. But you're right. I have not seen him. And I was subscribed to his YouTube. Is it still up? Because I don't get notifications or anything. Brianna, it's a good possibility, honey. All right, Miss Cheryl. Your Egypt card came up. So, you ready? I can't promise good or bad. I just tell you the truth. I know, Jay. It's hard. I do it for the show when we need to pull cards just to get a base of where we're at right now as a collective and where our energy's at. But we share our spiritual stuff, and that's kind of where I stick to it because I want to keep my energy and vibration high. Because the other stuff just brings you down, and nobody wants to do that. Wow, that card has come up a lot today. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Cheryl, what was you up to? You're not going to believe this. All right. Let's do your oracles. So, Egypt, you did get Egypt. So, this is the time back in the Egyptian days. Imprisonment or slavery. You see where I'm going with this? Monk or nun again. So, spiritual leader. All right. I'm listening to your higher self. You may have possibly lived the life as Moses' mother, birth mother, not the Pharaoh's wife. 8 of Cups, searching for a new beginning. I still got the river card, being under the river. Okay, we all know Moses in the basket going down the river, as far as we know. But this is what Spirit's telling me, your higher self says, because I'm stuck and I'm worn out because of all the death, fear of imprisonment and slavery during that time. But because your heart was with God, you had faith. Because of all the death that was going on, you were taking a huge risk dealing with the devil and the evil that was going on around you. So you needed to break the chains. But doing that, you broke your heart. Isn't this crazy? Wow. But this story, because Clover's or Bandit, it's one of the cats. It would change the world. Firm foundation, what you believed in, that it would be okay. It would change the world. It did. High Priestess, your intuitive gut helped you deal with the secrets you were going to carry. The Mother Empress, A divine feminine energy. Beautiful. But unsure and fear of the unknown of how this is going to go. But in the end, you got to celebrate. Cheryl? That's what I get. I think Efra agrees. What is it, Michael? Oh, he's already sending me stuff. He's like, shut up, woman. Move along. All right. Thank you, Michael. So, Cheryl, honey, do you see how the timeline? You forgot to add Michael? Okay. Okay, so. Okay. So I'm putting, is it Deb, then Michael? Or is it Michael, then Deb, Michael? Okay. All right. I'm reading. If I get it wrong, blame Nadia. Take her to Joe. Okay. All right. So, Miss Cheryl, honey, I see how the storybook would add up. Fascinating. You wait. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's really cool. Worried about imprisonment and slavery and all that at the time of Egypt, but then walking away. Wow. Aw, your base card is the Page of Wands, starting a new, fresh beginning for a young one. I keep getting Moses' mother. Somebody's busy with somebody's man. What? Y'all losing it. It's all right, Cheryl. We've got to get rid of that energy, honey. Don't hang on to that. You are who you are in this lifetime. Your soul and your spirit is loved. Cheryl's got to love Cheryl. Okay? And know that you're worthy. We do this for fun and entertainment. And if you do feel that you're hanging on a repetitive life, you've got to cut those cords. You cannot hang on to that stuff. We do forgiveness. We do healing. Heal yourself. You are the light. You have the ability to do it. Okay? All right. All right. So Michael's going to wait. We're going to do Deb next. Oh gosh. Everybody brace themselves. Here's another troublemaker. All right, Deb. Buckle up, Buttercup. You ready? All right. Okay. You're very welcome, Sean. We've got to keep our vibrations high. And one of the ways we can do that is absolutely starting and looking within. Effer's bothering me. Jay and anybody who's not used to being in here, Effer's our little fruit fly that comes and visits us because I always have fresh fruit out on the counter and stuff for the babies. Birthday girl's next. Whose birthday is it? Is it Deb's birthday? I don't know. I know we talked about it Friday night, but I don't remember. Yep. But yeah, Sean, we've got to look within and understand that we are the light. We cannot hold on to this stuff. Yours is the 17th, so it's tomorrow. Okay. Well, I won't be on tomorrow unless something breaking, earth-shattering happens. So happy birthday, Deb. All right. Yep. But as far as the energy and the light goes and the love that we put out is what we hang on to. And that starts with ourselves. We can't heal the world if we don't love ourselves. Wow. Are you guys just a bunch of nuns? You got that card too. Now, you don't have to be a physical nun, but, well, unless you're Sean's wife. Oh gosh, no, this different time period. So I was going to say, do we have a couple in here? Wow. Okay. We shall see. You're welcome, precious. Players in the game of life. I wanted to be the top hat, but ended up as the iron. You're talking about Monopoly. You know what, honey? It don't matter the player. as long as you love who you are and you make it around the board. And even if you don't, it's all right. Yep. The souls that we chose to experience was just to help our soul evolve in order to be a better person now. Hopefully, our beautiful family is definitely evolving and growing into a beautiful family. Absolutely. We are beautiful. Absolutely. We learn every day. And the fact that we can come in here and love on each other, raise our frequency, laugh at each other, laugh at ourselves, that's what matters. Well, Jay, honey, you are talented. Now, the question is, Jay, can you fold a fitted sheet? Uh-oh. There we go. All right, Dad. Let's get your story going here. All right. You can't. Well, honey, you got more gifts and talents than most people have in their little finger. All right. Okay, Deb. Let's see what you've been up to. You're a little go-getter. Little worker bee. Uh-oh. Deb. I feel like these readings should come with punishments, but no, I won't. All right. All right. Y'all, excuse me. I'm still. Ugh. All right. Here you go. Dad, you ready? So you got monk and nun too, okay? It could just mean spirituality. You're a praying person, okay? All right. Here's your time period. This is Greco-Roman. That's what they want you to focus on. Colosseum time. Bandit? Bandit agrees. So Greco-Roman during the Colosseum. All right. I'm going to have to message somebody, come get that baby. All right. Desire to be a mother. Very motherly instinct. Let's see if it worked. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. The reason I say this is because I understand. Your higher self says, no, you were very spiritual and you were a mother, but the circumstances weren't good under that time period, Greco-Roman, okay? You wanted to change your circumstances, to flip your wheel of fortune around. Apparently you were kind of poor and just couldn't provide as a mother. It's okay. Your spirit is good, yes. Advancing and going forth to do this there's a baby page for your children. You wanted to advance, okay? So you had to move out of troubled waters, get a better life for you and your babies. Okay, so you're treading lightly, mean very, very careful about how you're going to manifest this money. Like, what can I go do to get some money for babies? Horses at a standstill. That means tread lightly and watch and observe. How can I do it? I'm going to go in and I'm going to work really, 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 really hard and just wait to see what happens. So proving to somebody that you can work hard. Trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. But holding secrets. You had secrets. You made a deal with somebody. Wow, you did make a deal. We're full of secrets here. That's the Four of Swords. You made a deal. Getting that you worked for a higher up. Greco-Roman Colosseum time. Chariot. You worked in the Colosseum. You worked for a higher power. I don't get that it was a good power, though. Because this is overindulging. I think you had to witness and keep a lot of secrets. That's what I needed to see. I pulled confirmation. It was for the bad guys. You worked and you got the money and you were able to indulge in what you needed financially, but it was for the bad guys. And I think the nun and monk card came up because it affects your spirituality. All right. All right, Mama Bear. But you were determined to do it. The way you looked at it is you forgave yourself because that Mama Bear, that Empress came in. I'm going to do this for my babies, Queen of Wands, doing this for someone that's lower than you. And it still made you have a feel of victory, even though you knew you worked for the devil himself. Well, you go, Mama. So, Dad, honey, Mama, during the Coliseum, got a chariot, but you're very spiritual. Good, Mama. You did what you had to do to provide for your babies. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Dad, there you go, sweet darling. All right. This Michael next. Michael, and then Dragonfly. Okay, so Michael. Let's see what we got. And Michael, you wanted to know, you want me to pull on Trumptastic real quick? Because if I don't, I'm not going to remember it. Right, she's a good mama. There you go. Deb, you've carried that gift on through this, even this lifetime. So don't be surprised, like if we pull another life in another week or two or whatever, and you keep getting mama cards, it's because you have kept that beautiful gift through each carnation, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, Nadia. Nadia said, yes, she is. She's a good mama. Michael, oh boy. Are you ready? Are you hoping for a reading that's going to make you dance? Or dance out of the room? Okay, we're going to aim for one that doesn't make you want to run with your head hanging. Let's see what Michael's been up to. Yeah, I've got Jay on the list. I'll get him. I promise. Fairest way to do it is how you came into the chat. I promise. All right. All right. So I'm gonna pull your oracles, and then I'm gonna do the cards on Trumptastic real quick because I want you to ease your mind. Because I'll forget it. You know me. Spirit doesn't allow me to remember because I have to stay focused on the one I'm doing. Oh boy. Aren't you precious? Looks like it might be a good one. All right, Michael, let's do Trumptastic real quick. Nadia, you are wrong. It wasn't about money, money, money. What his dog keeps barking at? Okay. Yeah, we still send love for Charlie, Michael. We still love on him. Good. I'm so glad. 85%, honey. That's better than where he started, wasn't it? All right. All right. So Mr. Trumptastic, where did he go? Let's make sure that he's okay. If I get the Hermit, he's just doing his own thing. All right. Don't pull cards on the integrity of a truther. I pull cards to see if he's okay. All right. Because that's not throwing anybody under the bus, just to see if he's all right. Okay. He's okay. Kind of went through some things, though. All right. So apparently he had a decision to make, and he took the leap of faith to do it. But it was scary because that was the fear of the unknown. Not quite sure what he was going to do, but he did it. Bandit, honey, you're okay. He's missing Michael. That's Michael's kitty, and Michael went upstairs. Y'all bear with me. I'll message to get him back up there. In the past card, I guess he felt kind of trapped, but reassured. Right now, he's in victory, and that's a wish come true. And he wrapped it up, and he's good now. Okay. In the future, he's just waiting. That's your hangman. He's just hanging on there. Advice to you is don't worry about him. Don't lose sleep. He's okay. King of Swords. That's a good alliance card, too. He's all right. He's just waiting for justice. Okay. He's one of our RV guys, so he's don't worry. He's not out in the cold. So he's okay. That's all we need to know. All right. All right. So we have pulled Michael's oracle cards. Now we're going to pull the tarot story and see what he has been up to. These are beautiful oracle cards. All right. Joe and Nadia giving each other a hard time. Something about granny panties. Is she not wearing any, Joe? Good grief. You can't trust that woman. She's probably throwing them at somebody else's husband. You can't trust her. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's good news, guys. So let's not worry about him. It says he's fine. So he just had to make some changes. That's all right. Okay. You're very welcome. You don't want to know? All right, then. All right, Michael. Let's see here, honey. What's your story? You're going to like your oracles because it's going to shock you. None of them have to do with money. What? All right. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. Oh, well, there's the money. There's lots of money. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to give you your oracles first, Michael. So let's go back to the biblical days. All right. Way back when. Think Old Testament. All right. Guess what you did? You're very passionate about your spirituality, your faith, your religion. Okay. Oh, Bandit Precious, you're fine. You were a scribe or writer. So maybe you documented truths. Bandit Precious. Sorry, guys. So you wrote in like scrolls and you kept records, okay, for spirituality. Maybe you did it for whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Quran, well, no, if it's Old Testament, the Quran hadn't happened yet. But you understand what I'm saying? So that's what you did. A scribe. You're right, Jay. That's exactly the word I was looking for. Let me message my son to tell him to come get him. He's just going to cry. He's the baby and he needs attention. Oh, my goodness. My apologies, guys. Okay, they're all upstairs. I don't want to yell. And I'm not walking up there because Jen's lazy. Okay. All right, Michael. So a scribe. So somebody who kept records. And apparently they were very, it was about faith. Okay. All right. So the Lovers, being very passionate and going after what you want. And this is a contract card too. All right. With the Lovers card, I'm not getting as a romantic set. I get contract. But being passionate about a contract that you took. Okay. He's down here crying. He's waking up the whole world. All right. All right. So you knew that you needed a big change. All right. This is well aspected because it's next to the lover's card. Wanting to change what you were doing at the time. So this is how you became a scribe. The death card, ending an old way, slow to change to a new way. So you went to work for the church. Okay, that's a spiritual leader. So this is what you did. You got hired to do it. Here's the interesting thing. It wasn't quite what you thought it was. The moon means that it was illusion. Wasn't quite what you thought it was going to be. Here's the new contract. Starting a new contract. Apparently you didn't like it. Maybe it wasn't very good. So you had to change the circumstance. All right? Maybe you needed some more money. So you had to flip your situation around, okay? All right. So you put in the work. You worked really, really hard because you're working for money now. Maybe you did it for free and you just needed some money. All right. So going to work for somebody in authority, the Queen of Swords. You wanted justice. Like, hey, if I'm working, you're going to pay me. Leave it to Michael to search out that money. We love him. All right. And you ended up getting it because that is the Ten of Pentacles. That's your treasure chest. So if the church ain't going to pay me, I ain't doing this for nothing. So you went to work for a hire, maybe in a monarchy or a leader, and you still scribed. You still did what you loved, but they were paying you for it. Leave it to Michael. So, Michael, that's what you did, darling. All right. Hi, Gail. How are you, honey? That's okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I sure will. All right. Well, Michael, darling, so you wrote down things for a living, but by golly, you're going to get paid for it. You're very welcome, precious. All right. All righty. Who we got? Go back to my list. Now, Miss Dragonfly herself. Miss Dragonfly herself. All right. We're getting there, guys. We've done 3/4 of them. We'll get there. All right. Dragonfly. Okay, queer energy. All right. Michael, you think that's what it was? Were you scribing out the QFS map? You never know. Maybe you started out doing scrolls of spirituality and you ended up being a bookkeeper for somebody's finances. You never know. It says you're very spiritual. Oh dear. Okay. So it's telling me that you have 2 back-to-back lives here. When one ended, you went right into another one. You didn't waste any time, girlfriend. You're like, hey, if this messed up, I'm going to another shot at this. All right. All right. This is interesting. Because one of these cards, if this has to do with a man, y'all, this is funny. All right. Michael's dancing. These are funny, guys. I know if it's not your turn, it may be kind of boring, but let's root each other on. These are fun. We'll do it. All right. Here we go. Dragonfly, dragonfly. Are we hoping for a good guy or bad guy? Come on, guys. There are lifetimes that we were the bad guy, and then we had things done to us by the bad guy. But we love and we forgive. We don't worry about it. We can't laugh now and go, you know what? It made me stronger. Made me who I am today. Here you go. We just do it for entertainment. We've moved on. We've forgiven. Dragonfly. All right. All right. What in the world? Well, overcomer. Overcomer. I think we may have a little Robin Hood in this one too. Okay. All right, Dragonfly, you ready? Love life. All right. So, interesting. Love life. So, having a passion and desire for people that you love in your life. All right. Okay, so this was the first life that came up, and Spirit told me your higher self says she went from that one straight into a new one. She was not wasting time, because as soon as the Atlantean time was over with, you immediately went into Asia. All right, so anywhere on the Asian continent. Okay, all right. So this is your life that you lived in Asia at the time. Okay. All right. And if it was right after the Atlantean time, that gives you an estimate of roundabout. Okay. All righty. All right. It's interesting. I think that I think you went straight into it so you could keep some of these memories, because this thing's being stolen from you. Okay. Well, and we understand that. Things being stolen. All right. Which made you out in the cold, out on your own, feeling alone, the hermit card, okay? All right. But it's okay. The chariot card in this aspect means overcoming adversity. Like, it's okay. You want to start fresh, all right? You had some spunk to you. King of Wands, meaning he's the go-getter. He gets out there and gets stuff done because he has the passion and desire to overcome what was taken from him, okay? So you're in a very, very strong community. That's a community collective card. Firm foundation, good to go. Very strong. Pushing forward, Ace of Wands for heart and desires to make sure you were going to be okay this time around. And no one was going to take anything from you. It's Dragonfly. Whoo, don't mess with her. Wow. I think that spunk may have gotten you in a little bit of trouble, though. Knight of Cups. Okay, so it's an authority card. Carefully moving forward. I think you were being watched, because it tells me at one point you got caught doing something, or they just didn't like you, so they locked you up, or they tricked you. That's a hoodwink card. But interesting. Interesting. Apparently, you didn't you kept your emotions in check. That's the Queen of Cups. You did fine, but you were determined to hold on to everything you had, because we started out with a thief, and if it ends with holding on for dear life, you were going to make sure that your time in Asia, you weren't going to lose anything. I'm pulling confirmation. You were a mama. You were a mama. Yep. Empress, because you got Mama Bear card there. Very, very strong, divine feminine. You held on for dear life. That's a pentacle card over there. So that means you held on for all the money you could. Try not to get tricked and hoodwinked again, because you have these two baby pages to take care of. It's mama and babies. So somewhere in Asia, you remembered, I'm not going to get things stolen from me. You had to be careful that you didn't get tricked when you were raising, like working and doing money, trying to take care of your babies. But you held your ground. You did your thing. So, Miss Dragonfly, you were just the mama bear, taking care of your young'uns, and you were going to make sure that nothing was taken from you or them. Okay? All right. Hi, Layla. How you doing? She says, Nadia says she's watching. Oh, my card just went crazy. She wants a reading? Okay. L. So this way I've got so far. It's L next, Victoria, Dan, Charlotte, J, and then Leela wants one. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, I can't wrap my brain around that right now. You'll have to wait a second. All right. We're at 2 hours, guys. I'll go. I'm pushing. I'm glad you are, Jay. I'm so glad you're here, honey. Oh, we had Gail. Okay, so we need to add Gail and Layla to the list. Okay. All right, so L, this one's yours, sweetie. All righty. All right, get these shuffled. It's for L. All righty. You are Miss Dragonfly. You are a warrior for you and yours. Good for you. All right. All right, Elle. Let's see what you were up to. Interesting. Wow. Oh, this is funny. Ha! I thought I was pulling Sean's cards again there for a minute. That's all right. Let me see. All right. So Miss L's rolling this. Talking to your higher self. Beautiful. All right. Wow. Wow. Well, all right. So here's your. I was wondering if Juice was going to come into this because I've pulled cards on you that he's your twin flame. Apparently, he was your twin flame in this as well. You guys have been together for a long time. All right. So I get that you were a medicine woman. Okay. You were a medicine woman. You were a healer. Okay. You take that however you want to. But this is, I get Navajo. Okay. Native. So medicine woman. And the reason I thought I'm pulling Sean's cards again is because you also got taking vows because you take them very seriously. But you were very talented and you did something else, and that's with the arts. I don't get that you were a stand-up comedian with Nadia, but you were very talented. So maybe if you were a native, you played their version of the flute or the drums or whatever. You never know. All right. So let me make sure my phone's back on in case somebody messages. All right. Now, I get the time that this takes place was a time of war for the natives, which you almost have to ask when weren't they? Okay. Because the devil is well aspected in this. That means breaking chains, breaking away from something. Okay. Now, it's like you almost need to be rescued. Like, I need to get out of here. Okay. Well, along comes Emperor. That's a strong leader. All right. And this is where I think Juice comes into this. All right. Using the Ace of Swords, bringing truth and justice. I think he came in and took care of Miss Damsel in Distress. Okay. because everything you kept hearing from the time of battle is all a lie. This is because the moon card comes up. They were trying to tell you something, which we know that the natives were taken advantage of and lied to. We know that. I'm not just saying that because I got a lot of Indian in me. We just know that. But being lied to and trying not to fall for the illusion. All right. So you and hubby worked very, very hard. That's your worker bee card. Making sure you had all your ducks in a row, okay? Right? Keeping your emotions in check so you don't like fly off the handle and have knee-jerk reactions towards something. But the fact that you did do it left you out because you didn't want to be a part of the new system that they were trying to enforce on you. You felt left out in the cold, meaning you guys were on your own. This is the Hermit. But you also used your wisdom. Okay? All right? Knight of Wands, having the gumption to get up and go and follow your hearts and desires. So you stuck with each other. You dealt with it. You just moved on. I mean, you can call them nomads if you want to, but they traveled a lot. All right. And it ends with the Lover's card because you guys took vows with each other to stick together. So beautiful. Very artistic. You're a healer. And hubby comes in this by loving each other, taking vows, and choosing one another than breaking down and agreeing to doing what they wanted you to do. Okay? So, Elle, if you're still listening. Hi, Kathy. How are you, honey? All right. You're welcome, precious. All righty. So, now we've got Victoria. All right, honey. You don't know how to hit the thumbs up button on your phone? I'm not tech savvy. All I know, it looks like a thumb, and I hit it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Fluff tube's weird that way, you know. It's okay. I'm not worried about that stuff, Kathy. I don't care. My goodness. I know some people think it's important, and you're supposed to tell people, hit the thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. YouTube wants you to do that for their algorithms. I could care less. I'm here for our community and to love on y'all. All right. All right. All right, Victoria. Let's see what we got, darling. You're going to be just fine. Well, you got cards flying out. All right. Hang on. All right. You're going to be fine. Remember, don't take this personal. This is in the past. We don't dwell on that stuff. I don't even want you dwelling on the stuff in the current. We do it for fun. We're doing this to laugh at each other and ourselves. All right. Miss Victoria. I just get tickled at you when you have these crazy readings. Oh, gosh. Y'all. Oh, Lord. Victoria's in love, too. Okay. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be pretty strong because when those two cards come up together, that's quite interesting. You already got cards spitting out. Alrighty. Your spirit says, please look at the base card. I went, why? I haven't even I've shuffled them and I'm getting ready to lay them out. They said, just pick it up. And I went, okay. It's the Lover's card. They said, it's just important. Sometimes they tell me to pick them up and look at them, and sometimes they don't. That's okay. Oh, boy. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Well, Victoria, brace yourself. This takes place during the time of Atlantis. Okay. This has to do with you and your loved one. You are female, your partner was male, and sticking to the vows that you made to one another. I am getting that this was at the end when Atlantis fell. A little bit of a heartbreak here. Okay. So during the cataclysmic event that happened, whether it's natural disasters, whether being at war, the deep state infiltrating, pick one, okay? This just means being tired and worn out. I'm exhausted. It was just running you into the ground with what you were dealing with. But you had a good, strong partner, the King of Cups, who was the go-getter, determined to go and make sure that this was going to be okay. So he took a leap of faith, the Fool card. All right. You get to sit and watch what your partner did, but don't worry, you're in it. To change the circumstances for your life. Basically, he's going to take care of you. It's beautiful. Wow. Interesting. All right. Apparently, you didn't know this, but he was taken. That's the thief card. So they took him. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you are left with the community, the collective. All right. One foot in, one foot out. Always passion and desire, not wanting to get your hopes up, but still hoping at the same time that he's going to be returned. Just when you realize that you're going to be left out on your own. Yeah, it totally collapsed. There's your deep state. It is not well aspected. Deep state, the bad guys came in because they've been around forever. All right. And you surrendered. You never got him back. And you ended up surrendering too and brought it to an end. Wow. Wow. So, Miss Victoria, but you took those vows to the very, very end. So your love life was just as important. Interesting. Hello, Kay. Welcome, precious. How are you? All right. Victoria, you make sure that you don't keep those tears streaming now. I know sometimes it can get emotional, but don't stay there. You got to release that and cut those cords. All right. All righty. You on the phone. Michael's taking phone calls. All right. All right. All righty. Now we've got Dan. Got Dan, Charlotte, Jay, Gail. Nadia's going to have to update my list. I don't remember. Told y'all. Anybody new here, you better get used to Jen's crazy brain. When I'm in spirit and I'm in the cards, I'm too focused. Totally miss out on half the chat. That's okay, as long as you guys talk to each other. If you tell me a question, I will not remember it because spirit will not. That makes me tunnel vision. I have to stay in the cards, and then I won't remember nothing. Or I'm just old and losing my marbles. Both think we know that. All right. So Dan, this one's you. If you're still listening. Oh, and you wanted. Leela wanted one. Okay. Sean, you go get some rest, precious. Thank you for stopping in. Get some rest. Love to the kitties. You have a blessed day. Get some sleep. All right. Interesting. Dan, here we go. So I have your oracles. All right. Let's see what tarot will tell us about the story. All right. Thank you, Nadia. Okay. All right. So I'm doing Dan's and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more after this. Okay. All right. Okie dokie. All right, Dan. So this is your story. That one out. 3 out. You got cards spitting out too. All right. Okay. Okay. So Dan, we are working in the time of the Celtic era as well, like way back. So if you think Scottish, Ireland, somewhere around there. So I'm getting 1500s maybe. All right. So that life, that karmic lifestyle and life that you lived was about lessons and blessings as well. Concentration of finances. Okay. All right. So you're very, very passionate about people. Okay. So Knight of Wands, moving very, very fast with passion and desire to get things done. Okay. What you wanted to do is the humanitarian, giving and receiving, charity work. That's beautiful. Apparently, it was very hard for you to do back then because this says that you had to fight and stand your ground to be able to do it, to take care of people. Wow. I guess you got tired of fighting because this says you had to move away from it. I guess that fighting that was going on and you standing your ground, I guess wore you out. You had to leave. Yeah. Start fresh. That's a baby page being surprised. Okay. Like, wow, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. But it goes into the Queen of Cups. You didn't let it jostle your emotions, like getting distracted with, you're very focused to keep yourself in check. Okay. All right. So you used your faith to do this. This is well aspected. That's the Hierophant. Even through the chaos, you kept your spirituality. The Chariot is overcoming adversity. You overcame what you were dealing with, and you were able to like make a wish and enjoy the things that you wanted to do, like indulging in them. You just had to be very, very patient and balance yourself out in order to do it. So it looks like you got back into your humanitarian. You just had to do it somewhere else. But yours was during the Celtic time, and it was all about finances and learning lessons, like, who you can work for, who you can trust, and the blessings that you can be to someone else. Okay? So, Dan, there you go. That one was yours. All right. It's Charlotte. She's listening. She's probably still drinking coffee on her back porch. Almost done, hubby.
I'm good. I'm in there watching a movie.
He's watching the movie. All right. So, Miss Charlotte, we got yours. You can't get it to come up on Signal? The only way that I can do it is if I send you a request to your text, your phone number. If you've got a cell phone, I can send you an invitation. You can accept it or not. Other than that, I mean, I don't know why it's not coming up. You are Scottish and you have Celtic cross tattooed on your arm. Well, there you go. It's that love and that passion and desire that's carried over. And you've got some of that heritage in you too. Where it more? I put him back out there.
Must be blind.
Well, yeah, we know. Blind, deaf, crippled, old. All right. I will, Deb. I'll see what I can do. See if I can get it working. All right, Miss Charlotte. Those are good and shuffled. Here we go.
Right.
Honey, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. You're welcome, Dan. Hello, Morgan. Is that, I'm saying that right? You tell me. I don't want to butcher your name. I'm not trying to be mean and nasty and ugly. But hello, and welcome. All right. Here we go. Yeah, thank you, Dragonfly. All of any of my contact information is in the description box. It's got my address, got my phone number, the email. It's got how you can contact me on Messenger. All that good stuff. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm good. Keep my vibrations high. Don't let nothing bother me. All right? Welcome, welcome. I know we've gone a while and some people have had to leave, and that's okay. That's all right. But when I make a promise to do everybody, I make sure that I keep it. Wow, Charlotte, you got 2 back-to-back too. Okay. Oh, no, you travel. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, higher Charlotte. Okay. Interesting. You think? Okay, I will. I'll close after that. So I've got Charlotte, then I'm going to do J, Gail, Layla, and Kay. And then I'm going to close. Now, if I did not get to you today, which because we've gone almost 2.5 hours, just because my energy will start to drop if it hasn't already. On Wednesday, right before we get into our future paths, I will do those who I didn't get to. Now, if I can think of it, and if you're in here and want one and I didn't get to you, I can write your name down, pre-record it, and then just upload it like later today. Okay? I'm not trying to be nasty and ugly. I want to do everybody, and I promise to do everybody. Okay? Are you understand? Okay, Jay, thank you for that, precious. Thank you, honey. All right. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, honey. I think you're all amazing, too. We're in this together. All right. Okay, Miss Charlotte. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Charlotte, honey? You were a judge. Okay. So apparently, this goes from Greece, Roman, Greco-Roman time, okay? But interesting, you traveled during this time. You went from there, this is transportation, that's traveling, to go to Egypt. Weird, right? But that's what it says. I don't argue. All right. So here's where I get. These two cards are with each other. The King of Swords is a leader seeking justice, and the Magician is a professional. So you get a judge. All right, that's how that works. Passing judgment very quickly, like on the right path. This is what you're doing. Your passing judgment comes quickly for somebody who had lost their life. Apparently, this what it wants you to focus on is something happened in your life that this case impacted you so much. Okay? So pondering on it, trying to wait for the decision to be brought forth. Okay, so like, what am I going to do about this? Believing in what you wanted, standing your ground in your beliefs. Okay, doing the right thing for the community, because that's a community collective card. Okay, wow. Not letting anything interfere with the passion and desire from your heart and what you believed. But you were very, very, very much in limbo over this case. Somebody had lost their life. I've got one card and I'm going to pull confirmation. Apparently times were different back then. You couldn't just recuse yourself for a case because, wow. Apparently there was a female in your life. I'm getting mother. Something happened. Someone took your mother out. Because that's the Emperor's card. She was so important to you. Looking into the future, trying to get stability, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. Because you're not going to let them overindulge in getting away with it. That's like letting their wishes come true. Not letting your passions and desires, finding balance. This is justice. This is balance. Finding time, waiting. Yeah, that was your mother, because this is you. The sword of justice, that's the child. It still told me a story. All right. Well, evidently you decided to serve justice because it was brought forth. That's a universal gift card. Someone took your mama out, Charlotte, and you said, I don't think so. Powerful judge. So you go from Greco-Roman and traveling to Egypt. So maybe that's where the court case had to be held. Who knows? You know? Doesn't that sound crazy? All right. All righty. Who's next? Miss Charlotte? If it don't resonate, past lives may not resonate with you at all because they're past lives for a reason, right? All right. All righty. All right. Jay said that he would wait till another day. So now I've got Gail, Layla, and Kay. All right. Start losing my voice. All right. All right. So we'll do Gail's. All right. Yeah. So Charlotte was a strong judge. She was going to let anybody take her mama out. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm so glad that you're into past lives too. Yeah, I love it. We just make sure that we don't focus on negative energy, but we're here to hear. Joe Biden's coming out today. Energy's It's all right. I'll keep going. All right. All right. Let's see what Gail's oracles are. I haven't even done your main oracles for the collective. We will. If you guys have patience, I'm not going anywhere. I promise. I promise. Let's see. All right, Miss Gail. Wow. Bless your heart, darling. All right, so we have our time period and what you went through. All right, so now Gail's energy is in the cards. I tell you, when these cards come up like this, it happens. I don't think that we are so much different from each other when it comes up, because I think we were together during these time periods. That's why we've reunited now. Because these same cards, even though they may be in a different order, these cards keep coming up when we do them. All right, so Gail, we're talking about the time of Atlantis. Okay, what you were going through. So apparently you were under persecution, inquisition. So somebody's looking into something that maybe you did, maybe you didn't do, but you're being persecuted for it. And you were holding on to your trust and your faith that everything was going to be okay, your higher power. Okay. All right. So let's see what was going on. All right. Well, the way the world card is aspected means you had a firm foundation. You believed in yourself and you said, I didn't do this. And I'm saying, nope. But it made you feel out on your own, being the hermit. So you were being prosecuted or persecuted for something that you knew that you did not do. Okay, so you held on to your faith and the passion and desire in your heart to keep going, charging forward. You weren't going to admit to nothing. All right. So you were in limbo for quite a while, not knowing. The hangman, it's just like wait it out. You're in limbo, not quite sure. Made you lose a lot of sleep and anxiety, but you still had faith. You didn't know which way it was going to go. Okay, Two of Swords means it could go either way. I'm blindfolded and don't know. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. The community ended up coming behind you and supporting you. That's a collective card of celebration. So you had more support than what you realized. Probably all of us. Very, very strong. That strengthened you and your faith and trusting. The Chariot is you overcame that adversity. You got out of it and you were no longer trapped, because this is well aspected with that. You stuck to your guns and we came in and backed you up, Gail. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. So whatever you did. Now, if you guys ever want really in-depth detail, that's a whole private reading. I could do it for an hour and just focus on that one question and keep pulling. Who was I with? Could it be that person? These are just short, brief, overall summaries. You understand? Because we'd be here forever. All right. So, Gail, did you hear it, honey? All right. So that was yours. All right. So Layla wants one. All right. We'll do hers. All right. All right. Well, you're so welcome, Gail. We stand by each other in this realm, too. We're all back together. We're finding each other as the collective. And we're going to sing Stand By Me. Nadia, start leading it. Michael's going to start swaying us all back and forth. That's okay. Joe's going to stand on one foot. Oh, Joe. You still got boo-boos? I'm going to send Joe energy healing. All right, Leela. Let's see what you got. Your oracles. Uh-oh. Interesting how these go together. Well, let's see what tarot says to back it up. See what higher spirit can tell me how to put these together. Joe, have you tried soaking it in warm water, hot to cold, doing that back and forth thing? Michael's dancing. Yep. All right. You're a Home Depot type singer. That's all right. That's all right. You know what? As long as you can sing and dance and be yourself, even if you can't sing and dance, do it anyway. Let your light shine. That's what raises energy. All right, Leela, here we go, darling. Interesting. Okay, well, that would make sense. Looks like I've got two bleeding into each other, meaning two lives bleeding in. One life, you were hung. You went straight into the next life and were accused of doing something in the fear of being hung again. Okay, let me explain. I know that's weird, but I'm talking to higher self. Okay, Leela. It's odd. Okay. You had a fear of trees. Okay, let me explain. Because you got back to back, because let's keep going back and forth. She's showing me this life, and then she shows me this life. You were there to learn lessons and get the blessings out of what you learned. But you had the trauma in the first life made you have a fear of trees. You were just always afraid of trees. Okay. All right. But tarot explains it. Okay. Okay. So in the first life, you were called to judgment. Okay. You were moved away. You were called to judgment because you were accused of doing something. And the outcome was, you know, you put all the work into the case. Okay. Now you're waiting for the results, right? You just stand there waiting like, oh, what are they going to decide? Yeah. Complete and utter heartache. Absolutely wore you out. This is being exhausted. You finally surrendered to it. Like, forget it. I'm not doing this. All right. Now it goes into the next one, but you were scared. So you were very, very careful. Knight of Pentacles is being very careful. Stand still. Keep guard. Like, what in the world is going to happen? All right. You had a fear of trees, but it didn't affect you. It looks like it may have been a question about money, manifesting money, making an agreement. Not quite sure how, if the agreement was good or not, but it was. It was humanitarian, giving and receiving, learning lessons and seeing blessings. Okay? Celebration. It's okay. Wrapping it up, bringing it to an end, getting rid of that fear. That's beautiful. Knowing that justice was served in the second lifetime. It's odd that you had a fear of trees and not like ropes or something like that. Now I see. Beautiful. Your heart and passion and desire and care and the love for that humanitarian and care for the people, working with a great leader. So justice was served. You learned the lessons and what to do and what not to do. Okay? So Leela, you may have done something wacky in the first in the first life that it bled into, but you learned it was about learning lessons from the previous. Because, sometimes people remember their past life, and that's okay. She was a witch in her past life. Well, maybe she was. They hung them, they drowned them, they burned them at the stake. They had all kinds of weird ways. All right, Kay, you're next, precious. All right, Jay, you go take care of fur babies. Wow, Nadia and Dan's throwing Leela under the bus. You're fine. You're fine. They know this is a busy working house. If there's noise in the background, it is the way it is. All right. All right, Kay. You're next, precious. That's right. Sing like no one is listening. That's right. Sing like no one's listening. All right. Okay. Your energy is in those cards. I still find these fascinating using these oracles. You're welcome, precious. All right. Now we know using two different decks obviously takes a lot longer to do, and this is just a roundabout, vague look into the cards. Since we know roundabout, it could take up to 3 hours to do. I don't know. You'd have to do the math. I can't do both at one time. How many people we did today? But I think we've done pretty good. Uh-oh. Not uh-oh and a bad thing, Kay. It's all right. We just have a new card. We have a couple new cards. I'm just anxious to see what tarot has to say. What kind of precious? Well, so far, no one's made me mad, so they're all good, precious. If you made me mad, then I'd say, well, aren't you precious? Joe knows what I mean. That's the Southern way. I said, bless your heart, precious. That means you're a moron. If I say, you're welcome, precious, I really mean it. I think you're precious, and I love you. We did about 19. Wow. Joe, you're precious, honey. Bless your heart. All right. All right, Kay. Here we go, darling. Split the deck. All right. I'll let you interpret that, Joe. You can figure that one out. Interesting. Interesting. Yours is very clear. I get entrepreneurship, salesman, making money for the good. All right. Yeah. Being on the move. I love it when tarot works with oracle and they tell me a story. Plus your higher selves are going in my ears. Okay. So you made a vow to help people, change the world, start something new. Okay. That was your vow to yourself. That was a promise. You were very smart about how you were going to do it. That's your wisdom card. But in order to do it, you have the ships card. So that means trade, merchant, traveling place to place. All right. Somebody can say pirate. You can say Viking. You can say whatever you want to. But you were a trade merchant. Okay. So you traveled. This is what you did. All right. Now. All right. So bringing gifts. There's secret gifts that you wanted to bring forth and that you held. So you may have had some secret squirrely contraband. We don't know, but you wanted to gift it. Okay. You were at ease and at rest, not worrying about it. You knew the truth. But you knew that you had to strategically get these products to who needed them. Okay? All right, look at this. So you started out very young doing this. You was a smart little thing. All right? And it was very shocking to many. You even shocked yourself of your emotions of how good you were at this. Wow. You matured because the Knight of Cups is next. You got so good at this. This is good. You did this for a long time. You're really, really good at it. Now, the Empress, the Lady of Abundance. I mean, she absolutely, and she's a mama bear too. But I get that you were male during this time. So we're looking at the financial aspect. Abundance, being very wise and independent, going, I'm going to make me some money. But caring at the same time. Nurturing. All right. The Fool card, just going for it, taking that leap of faith. I'm going to go out there and get it done. Your faith, this is well aspected, so it's not chaos and it's not a deep state nasty thing. Hierophant means good spirituality, knowing your higher self and who you are and that you're doing the right thing. Changing circumstances, the Wheel of Fortune. You wanted to make money for yourself, but you wanted to change the circumstances for the people you were doing it. You just had to time it right and balance your money out. Beautiful heart, Kay. Okay, sometimes you had a fear of unknown. So maybe we're dealing with pirates, not knowing. Okay, trade merchant. Fear of the unknown. Am I making a difference? Am I going to help? Honey, you made a difference because I pulled confirmation. Apparently you went all over the world. You affected the whole world. Absolutely beautiful. Trade merchant, Knight of Wands. So you kept your emotions in check, but you had that passion and desire. You were a go-getter. You're going to get this done. And this is well aspected, so it's not an illusion. It means you had so many choices and places to deal with. Trade places. Stopping off here, stopping off there. Trade, and you were trading anything and everything. So you did some traveling by the sea, and you were a sea merchant in trade. Okay? And it was a good thing because you helped a lot of people. I know, precious. I know, honey. I'm starting to feel it. Okay? Okay, honey? Bless your heart. That looks good. Bless your pea-picking heart. I know. All right, guys. I think we got everybody. Jay, I can pull yours real quick if you'd like. In the deeper south. How deep you got to go, Deb? My goodness. All right. Jay, you just tell me. I'll leave the cards out another time. Okay. All right. You want your oracles? I've already pulled them. I just have to read them. Let's just do it real quick. Here's your angel of abundance for today. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerful, positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you attract for yourself and others. Be positive and upbeat, guys. Money's not everything. We manifest love, joy, and we know that it's important, and we have to have it to live in this world. But we're going to be all right. Now, here is our collective oracle. That means all of us together and what Spirit wants us to remind us since we did past lives today. So this is where the energy came in. I pulled these before we started. Don't ever feel that your past lives, that you should carry rejection. And don't reject yourself. All right? All right. Whether you were the victim or someone else was the victim, don't worry about it. We have forgiveness. We move on. This was for entertainment. We cut those cords. It's over. Okay? We live this life now to know who we are. And we're here to learn and love and show our light. Be the light. Okay? Okay? So as a collective, that was just some advice of how to handle finding these things out, whether it was good or bad. All right? Yes, we manifest love and protection for our whole world. We are strong. All right? All right. So, if I did not get to you, yeah, my energy is dropping because now I can't make any sense of what I'm thinking. This is not connecting to this right now. It is making these go, what? And I have a teenager yelling at me here. What? Did you need something? Are you just making fun of me? Yeah. She laughs at my Joe Biden moments. That's what I call them. All right, guys. Wow. We went almost 3 hours. I think that's our longest show yet. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. And remember, it's entertainment. Don't hang on to that energy. We release it, we let it go. I want y'all to have a blessed day. My plans are to be on Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. And we're going to look into our future. Okay? If I did not get to you today, I will do you first thing Wednesday before we start. Okay? I'm so glad you joined us, Jay. All of our family that came in today. Beautiful energy today. I love that you guys kept talking to each other while I was doing other people's cards and you didn't leave. All right? You're so welcome. You all have a blessed day. If you need me, all my information is in the description box. And I love you too, precious. There's your precious. All right. Just love and light and some and all that good stuff. You know it. All right. Y'all be blessed. Take care of each other. Love on one another and go out and be the light. Okay. Nadia's going to go find her a man or steal one. All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to you later. Blessings.